All right, well, let's talk about this one because this is another interesting thing, especially given the writer's strike and everything like that. So Marvel VFX workers, of course, this ad pops up as soon as I show this. Um, Marvel's VFX workers unanimously voted to unionize. So they are unionized with the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees, which is interesting. But anyways, it was a unanimous vote. Started on September 12th. All of the votes were in favor for the union. In a statement, they said, today, VFX workers at Marvel Studios spoke with a unanimous collective voice demanding fair pay for the hours they work, healthcare, a safe and sustainable working environment, and respect for the work they do. Mark Patch, oh, that's the organizer, that's what he said. There could be no stronger statement highlighting the overwhelming need for us to continue our work and bring union protections and standards to all VFX workers across the industry. And there could be no stronger example of the courage and solidarity of these workers than each and every one of them declaring union yes. All right, Kristen, let's start with you. Um, Bad for Marvel, good for Marvel, and does a complete unanimous vote for a union mean that Marvel was significantly treating their employees bad, or does it mean something else?
Jeez. I mean, I don't.
I'm
I don't
not a
actually
lawyer.
know. Right. Yeah. It's there's overall. You know what? I'm gonna just not answer any question you just asked me. Because I honestly, like, I have no idea. I think just generally speaking, of course, bad for Marvel because capitalism, any place, if they can have the opportunity to not do something that they should do unless they're forced to do it, they're not going to do it. That so just by default, just because of the way that things run, people always want to pay other people less. So that's just a net. Yeah, that is. I guess it's bad for Marvel because they're going to have to pay people more, and they're going to have to spend more money. If it's about pay and benefits, that's what's going to happen. Um, the other two questions, I have no idea how to answer. The thing that I will say is that it seems like unionizing is coming back as a thing overall, and I'm here for it. Um, Going completely out of the realm of what we generally comment on, but the UAW, they just did an historic, first time ever, multilateral, three big automaker strike. They walked
United
out
Auto
of
Workers, by the way,
an
UAW.
individual. Yes, thank you. Yeah, they just walked out of three major plants, one for each of the different automakers, and the automakers are hurting. They are doing a very deliberately slow and calculated up ratcheting process here, and this is just the opening salvo. Again, I'm here for it. If people wouldn't do these things if you paid them a fair wage, if you treated them like human beings, if we valued people over profits. Unions aren't necessary when unions aren't necessary. But the fact that people are doing them means that they're necessary. So all union all day long, like power to the people. Like you're never gonna get me to say anything otherwise.
Cameron, you look like you have a lot to say.
No, I'll just talk your stuff, Kristen. Talk your stuff. No, I think it is being seen that the power of the people together is always going to be stronger. Um, and I think definitely, especially in this time where people see America as divided and stuff, like, and it really is, like, again, outside of the realm of what we usually talk about, but whenever you can really talk, whenever you can really, hey, you may think this, I may think that, but if we come together and we can like unite against this person that's telling us, oh no, it's this person that's the enemy, because those who have, that's what they always do. Like it's not something new. Like with the
Nope.
the Hutus and the Tutsis, that whole genocide was because the people that were in power were like, oh no, it's them, those people. You got to watch out for those people. And it's like, no, you are the one I need to watch out for.
Y'all ever heard
So-
that statement?
The oldest playbook.
The statement, they got us fighting a culture war because they don't want us to fight a class war.
Ooh.
I like it.
Y'all ever heard
power
that?
is all about
Did
power
you
and
hear that?
entrenching power.
Like, I'm just-
No, I've never heard that, but like I like it. I'm gonna use it.
Because that, I mean, I would like to think, I'm at this crossroads when I think about this unanimous vote, because I would like to think that Marvel treats its employees well, that Marvel is really like working, you know, they're a difference in the industry and all of this stuff, and all of these things. And right now, if you're watching this, you can see all of the visual effects stuff that is going into these Marvel movies. You know, this is, you know, showing all of the things, all of the ways that they're like, you know, doing all of these Avengers movies and things like that. But like, are these people seeing their families? Like, is this something where people are going home and seeing their families and they're proud to work at Marvel and all of that stuff? Are these things, like right now, we're watching, you know, Black Widow go through a lot of different places, pick up, you know, Captain America's shield. We're watching Wanda float plates in WandaVision and all of these different things. These are all visual effects. These are all things that people have put together, and they are the reason that we go see Marvel things. They are the reason that we're here. You know, the Thanos walking through portals and all of this stuff. You know, that that is just, it's all visual effects. It's all visual effects, all the stuff that it brings you and everything like that. So, you know, I'd like to think that the unanimous vote is just people standing together, and maybe, like, you know, even people who may not necessarily feel like they're being mistreated are also like just pro-union. Like, for example, I'm a very pro-union person because, again, like, the way I see most companies acting, and not for nothing, I'm the youngest person in this group. I've had 15 different jobs since I've graduated from college. So I've seen a thing or two. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. And there are probably 2 companies in that whole 15 job span that I would recommend for people to work at. And so there is a problem when it comes to companies these days.
And one of them is where it currently is.
Yes, I would recommend where I currently work, and yeah.
I wasn't trying to like save your job or anything. I was trying to underscore the fact of, and he only just got a second one.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly. It's number 15, which is the one that, like, you lay me off, I don't care. I'm still coming to work because I'm not losing. You're gonna drag me out of the building clawing, right? Like, this is a good place to work, and I'm not losing this
What
one.
is this, Office Space?
Just saying.
Where's your stapler?
Exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, I think there's a lot of truth to the statement that they got us fighting a culture war so that we won't fight a class war. Because if I'm like all concerned about who you love, and I'm concerned about where you're getting in library, and I'm concerned about all these things, then you don't have to worry about this. Don't worry about the man behind the curtain. Don't worry about Bob Iger making millions and millions and millions. No. We can't afford this stuff. We can't. They picked a bad time to do this protest. We can't afford all these things that the riders are asking for. They're not being realistic. Because when it starts to become a class war, all of a sudden, it's a unanimous vote, right? It's a unanimous vote. So, I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see how United Auto Workers, UPS,
Yeah.
the work, at SAG.
Bravo,
ACTRA.
UPS.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, just the stuff that the people who are trying to stymie the unionizing folks are doing is gross. Like the way that the opposition is characterizing UPS workers who are trying to strike right now, like trying to make it seem like, oh, you make so much money, like why do you need to strike? Like, friends, for them to get that number, I watched like a video that was talking about this. For them to get to that, like what, $140,000 or something like that, they basically have to be like doing Amazon employee level round the clock working. It's like you can make $140K a year, but only if you are a person who gets definitely always 40 hours a week and you're working overtime and most of them aren't getting 40 hours a week. They're all getting less than 40 hours a week. So it's like, yeah, if one guy out there, maybe a handful of people are actually getting that kind of money, but they're killing themselves to do it.
Look, if you
that's that other piece, you know? Temporary embarrassed millionaires.
I have a tangent on UPS, and I'll just let you know just a little bit of it. If you sit at work, like if you go to work and you sit, you cannot talk about this you cannot talk about what UPS workers get paid at all. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything. If you stand at work, I'll allow you to comment on it, right? You can comment on it and say something, but you have to realize that I've never done the work. I've never been a UPS driver. I've never done like all of this stuff. But I got a package delivered today, and I was just like, thank you. Like, thank you not just for the package that you bring, but literally for the work that you are doing. Because you want to talk about essential work. You want to talk about the stuff that people need and the stuff people need. Take it beyond what people want. But like the things that people legit need that you don't even have to leave your house for anymore today.
Well,
you know, shout out to my sister-in-law's brother who works for UPS and does an amazing job.
My daughter's medication comes. My daughter, she needs medication every week, and because of the way insurance works, and because of the way the medication is, honestly, we have to basically wait on it every delivery, wait on it. And when we have a bad delivery, when we have someone who delivers it to a different address or all this stuff, we're at the mercy of our neighbors. Like, hey, did anybody get a package today? This has to be chilled. It needs to be in the refrigerator today. Did anybody get a package? Did anybody get a package? I don't want, if you are inside an air-conditioned environment and you sit at work and all of this stuff, I don't want to hear jack squat about what the UPS drivers get paid. In my opinion, they're still underpaid. Okay, go ahead, Cameron.
That and the UPS drivers go through a lot more than people realize. Like, there are certain things that can be shipped that you cannot just drop off at a UPS store. However, if you find a UPS driver on their route, they are certified and have the whatever in order to get in order to take that package that has dangerous material or whatever. So it's not just like, oh, I drive around and I deliver packages. Like, no, I need to know how to handle such and such material and all this stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just part. If you thought that was a long tangent, you should come over and we could talk about UPS. We're going to talk about UPS drivers. All right, we'll talk about it.